Let us all welcome to the stage, Janet Young.
The next thing that happened, I joined an Asian Professional Speakers Association in Singapore. That's how I got to know Shah and a lot of the speakers here about 1.5 years ago. The Vice President, Frederick Heron, was offering free mentoring service. I was very excited about my Asian personality profiling system, right? So I said, how can I bring it to a bigger stage? So he said, since your system came from China 2,000 years ago, why don't you write a few articles or write a book that it's about Chinese leadership? And I said, pretty good idea. So I went talking to all my connections, and then I spoke to Ben, who's based in Philippines, my partner here, and asked him, Ben, do you know of anyone who has Chinese heritage and is a successful leader? He looked at me and said, Janet, your system is an Asian personality profiling system. Why are you interviewing Chinese leaders? I said, okay. Because of that, I went on to interview 90 experienced leaders, surveyed 25 emerging and potential leaders across 17 countries in Asia, almost 50 industries. I wanted to understand leaders across companies, from MNCs to family-run companies, to SMEs, to conglomerates, even to NGOs. Yeah, and this was from April last year. Okay? Thank you very much for clapping. Thank you, thank you. Now then the challenge came. How am I going to launch the book? Right? So it was targeted to launch in June. I got help from my co-author. I couldn't have done it alone. I couldn't have done it with my husband and my son helping with all the arrangements and everything. Then I got pulled in to do, remember I was doing a reunion in 2010 for my ex-Johnson & Johnson colleagues. This time round, I got pulled in to do another reunion, 20-year reunion, April this year. The mutter of the reunion said, Janet, great opportunity to launch your book. And I said, yeah, great opportunity. But I must bring forward the writing and the publication by 2 months. And that was already in November 2018. I was like, oh no. But remember I said, if Marites can do it, every one of us can do it. So long as we have the will. So I managed to publish the book in April this year. Thank you. And I interviewed 7 leaders from Philippines. And when we look at writing a book, we should never always only look at the end result. The journey, the process is very important because guess what? I learned tremendously from the leaders that I interviewed. I'm so honored that 3 of them are seated right at the back. Mr. Benjamin Avancina, his brother, Mr. Manuel Avancina, and Mr. Rigert Fontanella. I am so happy that they are here with me today. After I interviewed all the 100 leaders, I needed to find how to go about writing the book. So we developed this Influences of Leadership framework. And what we looked at the leader is internally, you need to look at not only the personality, which is intrinsic, you also need to look at values because values actually shapes your character. And it's through your family, through the circumstances that you grew up with, through the society. Then I found a link between being happy and successful and effective Asian leadership. You must be wondering, what has that link got to do? Are you curious to find out more? Yeah? Okay, here goes. Now, when we look at a leader, a successful leader understands who they are. They understand their values. Remember I talk about in my book, Know Yourself. They know who they are, they know what their values. Then they also take the time to understand others. They need to understand the culture of the team members that they go with, especially when they go to a different country. They need to know where they are coming from in order to speak to them and actually work together and build effective teams. By doing that, then they are usually happy because what they are seeking is the alignment of individual, of team, as well as the organization's values. Because there were some leaders that I said, what happens if you join an organization after a period of time, the values no longer align? They quit if they want to stay happy. But in today's world, to be successful, because there are so much changes in the environment, They have to learn to be open-minded and to be continuously learning and to adapt. That's the link between an individual knowing yourself, because in the family, I do consultation for families as well, knowing your family members, knowing where they are coming from is equally crucial. We all go through life journey. We experience different kind of experience. Your experience and mine will be different. Your story and mine will be different.